Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everything's going well. Hope you guys are by now getting out and doing some fishing and starting to catch some big girls that are getting ready to make their way to the bank to do some spawning. I'm stuck here with my trusty crutches until Friday, waiting on my surgery. So I hope that you guys are getting out because I'm not going to be able to get out for quite a while. So I thought I'd kind of end the Co-Angler Corner segment with a story and with probably my worst draw overall that I've drawn. Let's just start it off by where we're at and what we're doing. So day one, I drew another guy, and so I drew the guy that was the worst draw ever on the second day. And as we're waiting on day one, I guess he had already weighed in. He was over at his boat getting ready to go put it on his trailer. And I had already weighed in, and I was taking my pro partner's boat out and around the docks to go load it on his boat. And he said, or I see him, and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I'm Chad. I'm your day two partner." I said, "Where do you want to meet?" Because that's all I really care about. The fishing part, we can figure out on the water, but I just want to know where to meet. And so he goes, "Oh, I don't know. I got to go. I got to go. My guy's waiting on me. I got to get this on the boat and go on the trailer and go." I look over at the boat ramp. There's nobody there. I look down the road really leading to the boat ramp, and there's nobody there. And it's not a long idle. It's around the dock, and there you are. So he was right there. He was just on the other side of the dock. So I was like, okay, I'll call you later. No problem. You're busy. I didn't want to hurry him or anything like that. So I went over there, waited on the guy to back down the boat. I loaded the boat. I went and ate dinner. I went and grabbed my... did a little bit of retying, a little bit of different tackle after seeing what day one entailed. And, I was ready to go by, I don't know, 4 o'clock. So I didn't want this guy to fret or, be all stressed out. So I waited till 7 o'clock to call the guy. And so I called him around 7. I said, "Hey, again, I'm Chad Randalls. I'm your partner for day 2. Where do you want to meet?" And he goes, "Well, my day one partner met me at my hotel with ice." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can bring you some ice." I said, "But I don't know about meeting you at your hotel." I said, "Are you staying at the same hotel as me?" And he said, "Well, I'm staying at this hotel." I don't remember what it was, but I said, "Okay, where's that?" And he said, like, I don't know, some town way off in the distance. I don't even remember where it was, but I remember looking it up, and it was like 30 minutes out of the way. I mean, I was right at the turn to go to the ramp. I mean, he could have met me there. And I said, I doubt I can meet you that far away. I said, that's an hour driving my partner would have to do. I said, I'm riding with the guy. I said, I don't have my own car. I'm riding with the guy. We travel together, save expenses, all that kind of thing. And he goes, "Well, my day one partner met me here." And I was like, "Well," I said, if you're insistent that, we meet before we get to the ramp, I said, "You can swing by and get me." He goes, "I'm not driving all over town trying to find out where you're at." And I said, "You don't have to drive all the way around." I said, "I'm right here at the turn that everybody has to take to go in." "I'm not doing that." I said, "Well, I guess then we're meeting at the ramp then, aren't we?" I said, "What time do you want to meet?" And he says, "I want to meet at 5 o'clock. I'm like, "Well, again, I'm riding with the guy. It's going to be hard to get there that early." We didn't take off till 7. There was no sense at all to be there at 5 o'clock. So anyway, he says, "Well, I'm going to be there at 5, and I need help putting in." I was like, "Well," I said, "I don't know what to tell you." I said, "I'm riding with the guy." I said, "Unless you want to come get me," I said, "I'm riding with the guy, so I'm going to be there when he's there." I said, "He's in the same flight." I said, "So there's no worries on time he's going to be there because he's going to be there." Well, I don't remember what he said. He was going off. And I said, "You still want me to bring ice?" "No, I'll get it. That's fine. I'll get it here." And I was like, "Okay, well, if you want me to bring ice, just call me later today and later tonight, and I'll bring it. Or call me first thing in the morning and say, 'Hey, I didn't have time,' or whatever. I'll bring you some ice." "Nope, I got it. I can get it here. We get free ice at the hotel." Okay, so he gets free stuff, free ice at his hotel. Great, awesome. So in the morning, we get down there. Line's backed up a little bit. He's, of course, already put his boat in since he got there 2 hours ahead of time. Launch the boat, go get in his boat, and my partner takes me over to his boat, and I get in. Now, I'm gonna call him Bob because I don't want there to be any more hard feelings. This guy's no longer fishing professionally. He still is out there, and if he sees this video, then he'll know how I stand after the day. But I think he knew how I stood after that day, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So we get in his boat, or I get his boat. We get ready to take off, and I notice that he doesn't even have rods out on his deck. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. He's just one of those guys. So we get out, we take off, call a boat number, we take off, we drive out and around, and we didn't go very far. Just across the bay there. And we pulled up to a grass flat. And so what does a co-angler do as grass flat? He usually gets out one of three baits usually. Swim jig, a chatterbait, or a Senko, like a weightless Senko. I got the weightless Senko. I've already qualified for the next day for the cup. I have made my goals for this tournament, so I don't have to do anything else. I have made my goals. I'm just there, and if I catch a fish, it's a bonus. Okay. So I grab my Senko rod and I hop in the back, because I kind of wanted to watch all these other guys that were already there. There's probably when it ended up being at one time probably about 12 boats on this big flat we were on, all intermingling, all fishing, all doing the same thing. And I was just kind of watching them, what they're doing, to see what I would want to do the rest of the day. So I got my Senko rod and I'm standing in the back, and he's getting rods out, and all of a sudden I hear this, "Chad, you're not helping me." I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to do, man? I said, what can I do? What do you need me to get? He goes, "Don't you know it's not good etiquette to throw the same thing as the guy in the front?" I'm like, "We're on a grass flat." I said, it wouldn't be smart if we were going down the bank doing this. I said, "But it's a grass flat, and it's a Senko." I said, "I don't even know what you're throwing yet. You haven't got rods out." And he proceeds to pull out not one Senko rod, not two Senko rods, but three Senko rods. And that's the only rods he got out behind him, or out of his rod locker. So I'm sitting here with a Senko rod in my hand, and he's got three in his hand. I'm like, okay, well, I said, I'll just I'll try to catch a couple fish off this. I said, if you don't mind. I said, He goes, "That's the problem with you millennials. You have no etiquette." I'm like, "Dude," I said, "I don't know where etiquette plays into this, but I said, I've kind of shown you the nice side, and tried to be nice about it and everything." And he's like, "That's the problem with you millennials. You have no etiquette." And I said, "Dude," I am 44 years old. I am no millennial. I'm far away from millennial. I said, "I think you call us Gen X or Gen Y or whatever they are now." I said, "But a millennial, that ain't me." So anyway, we're out there fishing, and yes, I end up catching a limit before him, and I'm calling, and finally I just sat down in the bottom boat and grabbed my drink of water and sat down, and he catches a fish, and I get back up there, and I'm just kind of watching and doing everything else. And it's probably about 10:30, I'd say. And I see Michael Murphy. He's one of the 12 boats out on this flat. I see Michael Murphy catch one. And the first thing my guy does, Bob, he turns his boat and goes straight at Michael. I'm like, okay, well, he's just going to go over there near him and going to, go that way. Well, lo and behold, he not only gets right up there next to him, Michael catches this fish and gets in the deal, and then throws out and actually catches another one before we get over there. And he's still headed right at him. Well, Michael's sitting here in the water, okay, and Bob decides to come in. Michael's probably facing like a southeast type of direction. The wind's kind of blowing from the southeast area, and he's kind of got the nose pointed into the wind. And Bob comes over here and literally comes right this close. I mean, so close that I could literally gave Michael Murphy a high five. I mean, literally. I mean, but when we came up and got that close, he looks at me and goes like this. It didn't say nothing because, when you're on the grass flat, it's all intermingling and you kind of get a little close sometimes. But this was ridiculous. He comes up and I could literally reach my hand out and gave him a high five and whatever. So Michael Murphy goes like this, and I said, man, I don't know. I said, I'm keeping my mouth shut. This guy's, I'm thinking this guy's already went off twice, and it's not even noon. So anyway, Michael Murphy, gets his bait and he fires a cast straight in front of the boat. Well, that forces Bob to have to turn and go out and around. And I didn't say nothing to him. I'm like, I'm not even going to get into this. And he turns out and goes like this, and he's going back like this. And the whole time we're fishing, he's talking about these millennials this, millennials that. Millennials have their own problem. And it ain't about this fishing stuff. Let me tell you that right now. And not about the stuff that he's talking about. So he's going back and forth like this. Michael Murphy's kind of staying back there in his own general vicinity. He'll catch one here. He'll catch one there. But, it was consistent. And so Bob's going back and forth. He's just S-ing through the flat like you should, trying to catch some more fish. And we get up to, I think it was a roadbed. It's a shallow area, but I think it was a roadbed now that I look back on the map. And so he couldn't get across the roadbed, so he came back towards the flat. And when he did, he went back towards the flat. Murphy catches another one. And this time, he sees him turn the boat straight towards him. And we're, not fairly close, but probably 2 casting lengths away, maybe 3. It wasn't something where they could cast it and hit each other's lure, but, it was a little bit farther than that. So he catches that fish, and he sees Bob turn his boat again straight towards him. And so what does he do? He puts his power poles down and pulls up his trolling motor just so he can have a chance to, keep up, keep the frenzy going on. He doesn't have to fight somebody going over his fish again. That's the way I looked at it. Well, when he pulled up his trolling motor, Bob goes, "See, that's what I'm talking about, you millennials. That's no etiquette. You guys have no etiquette. Blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And he says, and I quote, "Him pulling up the trolling motor like that's bad etiquette. This is a grass flat. We're supposed to all share it." Well, that's right to an extent, but there still comes an extent where you don't rub rails with a guy unless you're trying to make a point and trying to frustrate him. And if that's what you're doing, that's bad etiquette. I'm sorry, but it's bad etiquette. I know on Kentucky Lake, there's people that rub rails all the time and fish. I don't like to fish that way. I won't fish that way. So I had no problem with what Michael Murphy did. So I said, dude, that is, when he told me that, I said, dude, that's what you did was way worse. He goes, "What are you talking about?" And I said, well, you almost ran into him, making that turn when we coming up here. I said, now we're on our way back, and now you saw him catch a fish, and you're going right back at him. He goes, "I didn't almost hit him." La, 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 and it started going off. He goes, "You millennials," and la, 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 la. And then he makes a mistake. And he says, "You're nothing but a piece of trash." Now, let me tell you, we can talk about things. We can have differences of opinions. That's what being American is about. But the way I was growing up and the way I was taught, you call somebody a name like a piece of trash or worse, there's two people on the boat. There's one way to figure this out. And there's another way. The easy way or the hard way. The easy way is what I told him. I said, listen here, bud. I said, I don't think we should talk again. I said, you're not ever going to call me a piece of trash again. I said, because if we do, I said, somebody's going in the water, and it may be me. But I said, if it's me, I said, I'm not getting back on your boat. I'll go get in somebody else's boat. They'll give me a ride. And I said, and two, if it's you, you're not getting back in this boat either. I said, I'll drive the boat to the ramp right now, and I'll park it at the ramp, at the dock, and you can explain to Bill Taylor one way or the other about how you want this situation handled. I said, I'm sure he would love to hear everything that you've done to me since yesterday. I said, so you make your call. And I said, I suggest that you not say another word to me the rest of the day. Now, mind you, this was at noon. And with him pulling that crap, that was the end of the line with me. You can not like me, you can, whatever, but don't go and insult me and call me names like that. I won't. No. So what happens? 12 o'clock. And now we don't weigh in till 5. I promise you there wasn't a single word said except for the one time he needed net. We didn't say a single word. And after that day, I swore that I would never be like that jerk. Total jerk, total, still makes my blood boil to this day. But I've kind of watched him over the years, and he's like that to all his co-anglers. It's a good thing all these top-level tiers don't have co-anglers now, because he wouldn't suffice. Even if I was throwing out the back of the boat, which I was throwing out a 45-degree backwards off the opposite side that he was throwing, and I was still catching fish. But he didn't like it. And some guys are like that. So, whatever. Just be nice to guys. I hope you guys never have a situation like that. I'm sure there's other scenarios. I would love to hear them. Please, in the comments, send me a message. Do whatever you want to do. Send me a message of the worst co-angler experience you've had. Hey guys, hope you had a fun time listening to this story. Like I said, it's one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life on the boat with a guy, and I hope you guys never have that experience. Hope you have a good day. Be safe. See you on the water.